As some of you know, the Health Collective is an initiative we set up 6 years ago. In fact, a lot of people who are here and who are coming have been part of it. There's Ayushi, Anindita, who will be in the first panel, Shubhrata, I can see Ishita right here. And many of you have been checking out our stories of lived experience, which is what the site is all about. In the past 6 years, in fact, we've published 460 plus stories. We have art for mental health, we have comics, we have stories about living with conditions like depression, living with anxiety, how do you deal with bipolar disorder? And it's really become more of a community for all of that. We've never really done an event to celebrate ourselves before, and I think the pandemic taught us, if nothing else, that we revel in community. The whole point is to make connections, to realize that we're not alone. It's much more than a hashtag, though we use that hashtag quite a lot. And a lot of people have told us that reading the stories, knowing that other people have gone through something they've gone through, without that sort of lens of, insisting on a positive spin for everything, keeping that as a safe space, curating that safe space, letting people be honest and being themselves has been really helpful. So that's something we're really committed to keeping going. We have been lucky enough to be commissioned for a 3-book series called the Mindscape series. These are available from Simon & Schuster outside if any of you want to purchase them. We have some art postcards in the back for those of you who would like to support us by buying them. These are sets that Ishita has created for us, and most of you have a giveaway on your seat. Some of you are sitting on them, which is also perfectly cool, no problem. With you to whatever you want to do with them. These are affirmations by Advaita Das, who's based in Mumbai and a fantastic artist and writer herself. So I think I'm just going to have you watch this little video. So 2 minutes and 16 seconds of your time. Do watch this video. It will explain a lot more than I can.
Hello everyone, I'm Meera Alva. I'm a practicing psychotherapist and the co-author of Young Mental Health with Amrita Tripathi. I would like to wish the Health Collective a very happy 6 years of being one of the most credible resources accessible when it comes to understanding mental health, especially in the context of Indians. Mental health belongs to each and every one of us.
I have been a huge fan of the Health Collective ever since its inception. The Health Collective has created space for mental health stories in India. We've been doing it consistently. Started doing it a long time ago, before mental health was cool for the rest of the media.
So much of what's on the Health Collective really resonates with me, in part because I have been a journalist who used to write on mental health, and in part because I've had my own struggles with anxiety and depression.
Mental health is something which is very crucial. It impacts you at varying levels. It takes away from your productivity, your functionality. It's so important for us to focus on mental health and well-being. It's so crucial that we start talking about what are the places where people can access resources and how is it that they can identify a problem and reach the right experts to be able to take care of themselves. Having access to a space where you can find that information is so important, and the Health Collective provides one such repository. It is important to access the right kind of information which is written in order to be able to give you the direction to be able to figure out what is going on with you, when do you need the experts, and where is it that you can find those experts, and how do you reach out if there is a mental health related crisis or an emergency.
The Health Collective is more than just a collection of articles. It is actually an online community and resource for you to go and have a look at things that make a difference to you safely and securely.
Hey, I'm Jessica Khalko and I'm a part of the community at the Health Collective. Write to us and let us know what you think about mental health in India, as well as what you would like to see next or more of at the Health Collective.
Yay. So that's all I had to say. No, I'm kidding. I really want to thank everyone who, wanted to be here today. Kamna has been a part of the Health Collective since about before we started, actually. We used to have these little chats in random cafes talking about how we can create this initiative. And then she was very concerned, like many of our friends, on how are you going to keep it going? What's going to make it sustainable? We haven't cracked that yet, but we're happy to keep the journey and movement going. Karan Thakur, similarly, has been really an inspiration and someone we were talking to from the beginning. We have, of course, the co-authors of the series, Arpita Anand, Meera Haran Alva, who you heard from as well, and Kamna for the book series. But so many people have shared their stories with us, and a lot of it is really because they trust you, they trust each other, they trust this community to remain a safe space. They want to be able to share their stories, as many people keep saying, they don't want to keep being brave. As Shubrata and I've had this conversation, it shouldn't take courage to share your story. But it still does, because we do need to be realistic. This is India in the 22nd century. This is urban privileged India in this room, and it still takes a lot of courage to share these stories. So one thing we do want to just ensure we keep doing is keeping that safe space, keeping that that space for anyone who wants to share as much as they want to share. There's actually no pressure. You shouldn't feel any less valued, valuable, or validated if you don't want to share. That's fine. The community is for all of us. I do want to announce that we're going to be starting actually a new series in Tamil. I'm very excited. I will not be vetting these videos because I don't speak Tamil, but we have a psychotherapist who's going to be kickstarting a series on demystifying mental health, understanding what is therapy, when do you need counseling, how do you know that you need help. So that will be kicking off very soon. We'll be unveiling a few more things in the course of the next few months. So really excited to have you here. Thank you again for taking the time. I hope everyone tanked up on chai, coffee, and pakoras.